What inspired you to do these planes behind us?
I tried to join service, and they wouldn't take me because I had hepatitis. They said I was going to die. Well, I've died several times since, but I wanted to be a chopper mechanic. That's the first thing I wanted to build was a chopper. When they turned me down, I had to do something. I'm a mechanic, or used to be a mechanic by trade. I ain't nothing now, but when you get to be 83 years old, you can't do much.
How long did it take you to make each one of these planes?
Approximately a year each.
What scale are they? Different scales?
Well, that's actually my scale, I guess. I don't know. Quarter scale, A scale,
Yeah.
16 scale, whatever.
Did you use prints to come up with the ideas, or let me wait?
I bought a 1/48 scale bottle and built it plastic, and then measured it with a 6-inch scale, and then upscaled it to inches, and stuck with that scale all through everything.
Did you have when you had most of your planes up there, Tud?
It was either 21 or 22. I can't remember now.
How many you got now?
I can't even tell you that.
And then, how many have you given away? About 10 away. To where have you given them to? Where have you given these planes to?
Well, the museums, I got 3 or 4 in museums right now, so that's, I think maybe they'll live on that way. They'll all be inside, basically, and I can't do nothing with them out here because I can't get on the ladder anymore. So I'm fixed.
These planes have been here. We're on I-64 in Elberfeld, Indiana, and these are an icon for anybody going on ice. The DC-3 right in our view here. Can you tell us just a little bit about making the DC-3 or the C-47?
Well, I never met the man, but I had a lot of respect for him. He gave me several books, and I've got a whole case of his medals all mounted.
The P-38 that's in the view, tell us about the P-38 when or why you did that.
Well, I'm getting people in here from all over the world now. That sounds dumb, stupid, whatever, but I got paperwork to prove it. A family come in, the man was overseas in Germany, and he married this lady, and they come back over, and his about that P-38, because he said when it come over, it went he said everybody scattered when they could. When it become time for them to leave, he didn't want to go, he wanted to stay with Tud. No, you can't do that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And they broke.
The Warthog in the background. Tell us about that, Tug.
That's one of the meanest planes in the war. When it comes, you might see it coming.
You might see it coming.
You might see it coming, but you'll never see it going.
Amazing. You did that recently or a long time ago?
Oh, it's been a good while back. I may have some records on it. I'm not sure.
This is...
Was your name Terry?
Say your name again.
Terry Krohn?
Yeah, say your name again.
Wear a skirt?
He's getting real close, isn't he?
Okay, say your whole name and the date that you were born.
Oh, December 25th, 1938.
And your full name.
JC and Lucifer. And I'm 83 now. And I've been doing this forever. My complete name is Lloyd Thurman Krohn. But I've been known as Tud since the 6th grade. Of course, it wasn't always Tud. But you figure that now for yourself.
Now, where were you born and raised?
In Evansville on Court Street.
And then you moved to Elberfeld when?
Well, I moved to east side of Evansville first, and then we moved up on Covert Avenue, which was just a few blocks away. Kind of bettered ourselves because the house wasn't big enough. And then from that point, it's grown up, I guess. And then I met my wife 60-some years ago, and we've been married ever since.
And then you moved out here to Elberfeld, and these machines in here, we're looking
I've been here about 30 years, maybe 35.
35. So you are creative juices around here. Can you tell us, you did most of those airplanes we just looked at. There's an airplane here on the ceiling here that you made. We just showed some of them outside, but you made these airplanes, and tell us how you created your art of being able to make these? What are they made of, Tud? What do you make these out of, these planes?
Square tubing on the inside, and then angled tubing, and then galvanized on the outside, and some black iron. But I went through a terrible spell of getting junk galvanized, brand new, paying extra for it because it was so good, and they rust. The old stuff I was getting free still ain't rusted. So I'm a born loser. You know, you pay for what you get and get what you pay for. Wrong. And you come up with that idea, but it's wrong.
And you made supports for the wheels, the landing gear. You also made propellers. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, that's all woodworking there. But when I went to school, I always took shop, whether it's wood shop or metal shop or welding. I went to mechanic arts. I got 2 years there of machine work and welding along with it. And then I've got
mechanical arts is right behind the old North High School. A lot of people learned their art for World War II to making things at mechanical arts. It's a very good trade school.
Yeah.
But that's where you learned your stuff.
Right.
Some of it.
Some of it, yeah.
Then who taught you how to do these things?
Well, I've had good teachers.
You're mostly self-taught, aren't you?
Oh, all this tin work I'm self-taught. But as far as machine work and all that, I had good instructors. That was mechanic arts. But you know, when I graduated after 2 years of mechanic arts, last year they made North. And that last year they made North, I just well be home. Because and when I graduated,
the North was made in 1956, so you're in mechanical arts 53 to 56, something like that.
57, yeah.
56, 57, yeah.
Anyhow, when they gave me my graduation papers, I just tore them up, threw them away. Mechanic arts, to me, means something.
Yes.
North don't mean anything.
Yeah.
No.
Not a damn thing. I take that back. We used to dove hunt across the street from that new North that they built.
Yeah.
With everything sideways. Hell, the doves wouldn't even fly through there after they built that thing. Now, that'll tell you something.
Now, what do you think? You're an artist making all these 21 aircraft out on Highway 64. What do you think this next generation of artisans and mechanics and things like that, do you think our next generation is going to be able to follow suit with you or follow suit with this example?
I think they're going to be either singers or dancers.
But not mechanics, you don't think?
I don't know about the talent. Now, I've got talent in my family. My son, I taught him hydraulics for 5 years, and he was in it for 27 years until they finally closed the place down. They sold it. Yeah. And he's now looking for a job, but he's overqualified for anything. He can do it all. Well, it's not bragging if you can do it.
Yeah.
But see, people think you're bragging. But
yeah.
They come say, well, he was in the middle of every bit of this. You think he didn't pick up something, you're crazy, you know?
And did your wife support you in this, or she just let you do this hobby?
Well, that's a funny thing about that. A couple come by from New York one time off the highway, normal, and the woman says, what possessed you to let him put airplanes in your backyard? She says, hell, it says backyard too. No more said. The New Yorkers are kind of funny.
Yeah.
Straightforwards, I guess you might say.
Yeah, pretty much.
I come up with some stuff the other day I got out here. I get to reminiscing when I get it in this. My memory's not really too good, but when I pick up something that I pick up memory on, I try to put it someplace where I wouldn't forget it. As soon as I put it someplace, I forgot it.
And those articles on the left, there are some articles everybody's reviewed. You've been in the Evansville paper, lots of newspapers, Gibson County paper. Pull one of that Gibson County paper out there. Show that Gibson County paper. But a lot of people reviewed your work. If you look at this, he's been in the headlines of a lot of news items in our local area. The backyard dog fight. This is the Warthog when he must have made in about 2001, and this is the Evansville paper, June 18, 2001. But you see how the Evansville paper focused in on him making this Warthog that we just saw out there, and that has held up 22 years. Spent a lot of time on that. It's a very advanced plane. Paper article from the Gibson County, and it's dated, it's called the Clarion, and that's the Gibson County newspaper. And this dated May 14th, 2001. And up there is our premier plane. That's the P-47 that he just gave to the Evansville Wartime Museum. And that's on display there. It's going to be out display out their fence outside in the near future. But this is one of the planes that he spent a lot of time on. Demonstration of Tud's backyard in February 10th of 2004. This is in the South Gibson Star-Times, and you see Tud standing out there. He's got his little German Shepherd with him, and he's got all those planes we just looked at. Most of those planes are still standing 20 years later. He called Aircraft Windmills is the title there. Then the plane it has in his pole barn where he does all his work has a picture of him and Lloyd with a finished placard, and that was his V-22 Osprey, and we still see the V-22 Osprey out there hanging on the highway, which is we just had one land in the Evansville Airport last month. Two of them landed in the Evansville Airport, and there the bottom picture there is Lloyd built Aircraft Windmills, and that is a picture, a painted picture of the Warthog, and you see Lloyd there probably around 2001, 2004. He just done a great representation of these planes. Lloyd, you have anything else to say for our museum or other people about what you've done? Take your hat off for a minute.
You want to see my bald head?
Well, that's all right. Lloyd, just tell us how this has given you some satisfaction.
Just the people I meet. You know, that's mostly what it's about.
Is it mostly people off the highway or Elberfeld or just everywhere?
All over the world.
They come by and...
I'm not lying when I say all over the world. Australia, Japan, Malaysia, Germany.
They come and ask you about the planes. They stop and find you and ask about it. Yeah.
I'm not hard to find. I'm on some kind of internet crap. You know, I didn't put me on there because I don't know nothing about that stuff. But somebody put me on there. Oh.
Well, we look at that. We appreciate your time. What kind is it? What's that now?
That is the gun, otherwise the shell, that the Warthog shoots.
20 millimeter.
Yeah, 20 millimeter. That's a Warthog. And it has about 10 that can come out of there, isn't it? That's seven of them come out of there. That's a Warthog bullet. That's pretty powerful bullet, isn't it?
That's the boy come by here, he had two of these shells, and he said, I'll give you one of them if you'll make me a projectile.
Wow.
I said, I can do that.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah.
So I do it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tud. A whole book. Yeah, a whole book on P-47s.
Yeah, it was a whole book
from
the plant.
Yes.
From the plant?
From the plant.
Yeah.
My
Oh yeah, Republic.
This table right here, it just looks like a drafting table, probably a junk table, really.
It is a drafting table.
Right. That's what they drafted Whirlpool plant with when it was
Republic.
They put the drafts right on there. Wow.
We
have all the drafts up there at USI.
My cousin's uncle that would do it.
Is that right? Wow.
This would be quite an artifact right